In the heart of the vast and unforgiving ocean, there emerged a tale of terror that would make even the bravest sailor tremble in fear. Legends spoke of a mighty sea monster that prowled the depths of the Caribbean, lurking just beneath the surface, waiting to unleash its horror upon any unsuspecting vessel that dared to cross its path. This monstrous creature, with scales as black as midnight and eyes that burned with an unholy fire, was said to possess a hunger that could never be satisfied. As the story goes, Captain Bartholomew, a seasoned seafarer known for his courageous spirit and iron will, found himself facing the treacherous waters of the Caribbean. Determined to prove his mettle, he set sail with a crew of brave and loyal men. Little did they know, they had embarked on a journey that would push their fortitude to the brink and test their belief in the supernatural. The first signs of impending doom came in the form of a gruesome discovery. Floating amidst debris, a mangled shipwreck bore witness to the sea monster's deadly power. Its once proud mast now lay in ruins, the torn sails and shattered hull a chilling reminder of the horrors that lie in wait. Unease settled among the crew, their nerves stretched taut as violin strings. Whispers of curses and prayers filled the air, each man silently hoping they would not be next to fall victim to the monstrous beast. Yet, in the face of fear, Captain Bartholomew refused to give in to despair. He rallied his crew, reminding them of their duty and the countless lives that relied on their courage. And so, they pressed on, their ship slicing through the dark waves like a blade through flesh. Determination clung to their bones, momentarily outweighing the fear that threatened to consume them. Days turned into nights, and nights turned into days. The sun itself seemed to hide from the horrors that awaited them, lingering in the safety of the horizon. It was on the fourth night, under the watchful eyes of a full moon, that the sea monster chose to reveal itself. With a thunderous crash, a tentacled monstrosity erupted from the depths, rising high above the ship. The crew's despair was palpable, their screams filling the air as the giant appendages thrashed around, tearing into the vessel. Captain Bartholomew, refusing to surrender to the creature's wrath, rallied his men once more. They armed themselves with whatever makeshift weapons they could find, facing the beast head-on. Desperation took hold of their actions, their blows landing with a fury that bordered on madness. But the sea monster, fueled by an ancient rage, seemed unfazed by their efforts. It was in the midst of this chaotic battle that Captain Bartholomew's eyes met those of the creature. In that instant, he saw not only rage but also a glimmer of intelligence. Perhaps, just maybe, there was something more to this sea monster than ferocious hunger. With this newfound realization, a dangerous plan formed in Captain Bartholomew's mind. Gathering his most trusted men, he whispered his plan into their ears, his voice barely audible over the cacophony of battle. They nodded, their eyes reflecting a combination of fear and hope. With a silent understanding, they split into two groups, each heading towards a different part of the ship. As the sea monster continued its onslaught, the crew members each carried out their assigned tasks. With every fiber of their being, they played their part, distracting the creature and keeping its attention firmly fixed on them. It was a dangerous game of sacrifice, one that required immense courage and unwavering faith in their captain. And all the while, Captain Bartholomew had slipped away, unnoticed by the sea monster. He made his way to the ship's weaponry, searching for the one thing that could potentially save them all. A powerful harpoon that had been passed down through generations of seasoned sailors. This harpoon, rumored to be forged by the gods themselves, was said to possess the power to slay even the mightiest of sea creatures. With the harpoon in hand, Captain Bartholomew returned to the chaos on deck. His crew, battered and bleeding, fought on, hearts filled with desperation and hope. As he stepped forward, the sea monster seemed to sense its imminent demise, its eyes narrowing in anticipation. The captain, with a strength born of determination and the love he bore for his ship and crew, thrust the harpoon into the air, its ancient power ringing out like a celestial call. In one swift, fluid motion, he let it fly, the harpoon soaring through the air and finding its intended target, the creature's massive heart. A deafening roar echoed through the night, a sound that mixed triumph and agony. The sea monster convulsed, its immense body writhing in agony as it succumbed to its mortal wound. With one final twitch, it slumped back into the realm of the deep, its reign of terror over. The crew, barely able to comprehend their victory, let out a collective cheer. Their voices blended with the crashing waves, carrying their triumph to the far corners of the ocean. Captain Bartholomew, now covered in blood and sea spray, stood at the helm, his posture one of a victor,